Hello, hello everyone. This is Comforting Cantrips coming back to you. I am so sorry for the delay. I know that we started about 30 minutes late. For those of you watching this on YouTube, you don't care, but we had some technical difficulties. We should now be all good to go. Alrighty, let's let the cast introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Jack o' Lantern Audio. I play Muradin Ironhammer, Mark of Warding Dwarf Artificer. If you look at the art, he's the little red-haired dwarf with the goggles on his head and the grumpy expression, because he's a noble and who specializes in crafting armor, but also a bit standoffish towards those he hasn't yet gotten in friendship with, you know?
Hello, I'm Zeta Audio. I play Kel, a changeling bard who has lived in the lower cities of Sharn for all of his life and is trying to use the university as an opportunity to let his family, to try and the university as an opportunity to get his family out of the lower cities and into a slightly more comfortable life. If you look at the picture, he is the next one up on the stairs from Muradin. The, yeah,
Hello, I'm Everything Audios. I will be playing Tempest Evergreen. She's the one in the picture with the pink hair. Tempest is a wood elf sorcerer who is also a twin to Nook's Evergreen.
Hello, I'm Vento. I play Nook's Evergreen. They are the only one left in the picture. They are a wood elf warlock who can't seem to cast Eldritch Blast once again to save their life.
And I am the DM. I play all the other NPCs, including Bear and Rocco and all the teachers, and this session especially, Dave!
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 Dave the Aboleth. Oh, we love
We
Dave.
stand Dave. We stand Dave.
We love Dave.
Dave's the best character.
We all love Dave. Dave is amazing. Alrighty, so let's get started. For all of our wonderful viewers, and for those of you who are new and joining us, last session our perilous adventurers went on a great expedition up to the north into the terrifying hills to recover the lost honor of Bear, the Goliath adventurer, and get him through age of his rite of eight. What are they called again?
Coming of age.
Coming of age. Because I can't remember how things are named. All right. So they got Bear through that wonderful perilous adventure, helping him fight off a Yeti. They then realized when they came back the next day, well, next about week after, that our poor everything's phone had gone missing.
Oh no.
This was truly a terrible thing. And they went crying to Rolb to try and get it fixed, but Rolb was not there, and instead there was the substitute Dave, who threw out all of his plans for the lesson and decided to take them on a field trip to Sigil in hopes of cheering them up and maybe finding the phone, because it's known as the City of Doors and the City of Secrets for a reason.
Don't forget the part where Tempest fell down into a ravine.
I'm not gonna go beat by beat every time one of you has done something dumb. It would take all day.
So Kel played in the snow and
Well, it wasn't
No
really.
disrespecting their god or their patron.
Well, it wasn't so much dumb as the result of a terrible bad luck roll of a natural one.
I am a sorcerer, not a rogue. I'm not very dexterous.
Have we gotten a long or short rest since last session? So I can use spells.
We have gotten I mean, you should already have gotten a long rest.
We got a week's rest after the trip was done.
We're good.
I have 2 spells. I have no spell slots left already.
Alrighty, Cat. Okay, you are going out of the room. I love you,
total.
but you have nails that are sharp as daggers. Out with you, foul beast. Okay. Ow. Like, that actually
But
dug
like
in.
I said, I have no spell slots.
All right.
You have two.
I have none. I cast both of them. Last
Well, we
session.
got the long rest.
Yeah, you should have had a long rest. I think you just didn't note it.
After last session?
Yes. We
Yeah,
had
we came
yes.
back. We
Oh.
took a week. We got several long rests in.
Yeah.
My bad. 'Cause I have one brain cell who's doing his darndest.
Alrighty. So, they are now in the city of Sigils. I'm going to move off of Dave as much as I love Dave. The city of Sigil. A city that wraps in on itself. A city made on a donut around a spire. Not unfortunately one you can eat.
Oh,
Dang.
If any of you have played Planescape Torment before, yeah, this is from that.
I think Sigil is an older concept than that, but okay.
Well, yeah, it's from the setting Planescape, which Torment is a game set in.
Ah. Alrighty. So, Sigil, the great city of secrets and doors, with its Lady of Pain. What do
sounds
you
like
all
a lovely
do? Well,
person.
you are all in City of Sigil with your field trip leader, Dave, the Aboleth. So, what do you all do? You have just entered.
So an aboleth, for those of you who don't know, is a giant fish. And I was under the impression they couldn't survive outside the water, but
He's got a bubble. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you guys this session, but I said it last session. He's got a bubble of floating water around him.
ah. Well, anyway, Burden takes a look around, sees it's kind of a. Well, what kind of neighborhood is it we're in? Is it a rough one, a nice one?
You're trying to put ideas of normal cities on a eldritch city that literally has buildings overhead of you that wrap around.
Even a city like that has upper and lower classes, I assume.
Not really. First off, most of the citizens here don't stay for that long. It's mostly a city of traders and merchants who come in and out. Um, and those that do stay here for long periods of time tend to be escapees or refugees from some disaster or people that are being hunted on a bounty. So kind of the entire place is lower class, but at the same time, an entire city of lower class that is also an entire city home to merchants. They're not exactly poor. They just like they've all got houses, they've all got this sort of thing. This really isn't your normal type of city.
Well, I mean, I have nothing to go off. We literally ended after we got here.
Fair. Um so yeah, so as um as a reminder from what Dave told you last session, this city is kind of a waypoint between the outer realms and your normal realms, the material plane, the elemental plane, heaven, hell, all of that. And then this is the plane that Sigil lies in, the Outlands, is a ring separating your normal planes from the outer realms. So
Where
this
all
is,
the Lovecraftian weirdos hang out.
yeah, also where Aboleths and Roll come from.
So I'm assuming it'd be necessary to try to make an insight check to see what I can see if I notice anything cool.
Well,
Or
you
is
can
the
investigation check.
You are currently here looking for a phone.
So
yeah, would I be able to make like an investigation check or something like that to try to start looking for it to see if I can find it?
Sure.
Or
I
at
doubt
least
I
see
will be able to.
someone who might know where it is.
Make me an investigation check.
I will also roll an investigation check.
20.
Tempest is manic. She's
16.
just opening doors at this point.
All right.
10.
I got 20.
I got 10 because my dice don't like me. You're going into dice jail dice.
Alrighty. So, you all after a little bit of searching are able to find some tracks of recent activity coming in and out, which is your best guess, which does lead you into a one of the many marketplaces of Sigil. Um, and not Roll, Dave looks around and goes, "This seems safe. All right, kids, go around, look around, have fun. I will keep an eye out for that phone. Feel free to ask the merchants about the phone. It might have ended up here on accident, in Lost and Found. If you need money to pay for it, just come back to me. And try not to die, okay? Oh, and no selling souls to the devils.
There are devils here.
There are both devils and celestials, along with every other type of entity lives within Sigil.
Did I say how much I love Dave?
I don't get why you love Dave. Dave is so, like, non-understanding of human safety limits.
That's why I like him.
Dave.
He doesn't know what's going on half the time.
Well, the only other aboleth I encountered threatened to oust me as a surfacer to a drow city, so
Okay.
in Baldur's Gate 2, so
Ah,
Can you approach a merchant and try to start looking for the phone?
cool. Give me a persuasion check to try and get some information out of him.
That's a 12.
He goes, well, I don't really deal in, information or that sort of thing, but I know a guy who does. If, I can be inspired to remember it.
Tempest, hearing this, immediately marches up to this man and goes, "How about I inspire you by not slitting your throat? Where is the person that knows where my thing is?"
Give me a intimidation roll.
Can I also try to chime in with some additional intimidation? Like, just, kind of staring him down. Am I able to do that? Intimidation check then?
Sure.
I'm terrible. Okay.
Well, no. The person making the intimidation check is going to be the person who talked.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, but am I able to give,
advantage.
inspiration or advantage by, staring him down?
You can give them advantage.
I don't need it, but cool, thanks. 21.
Nice. He looks at you, looks around for something, and then he just kind of relents, realizing he can't find what he's looking for, and goes, "Uh, go talk to the devil over there. He'll get you sorted out."
Thank you. Just
Do I need to make
walks
an
up.
additional persuasion check to try to get information out of him?
Oh,
First off, I want to know what you're gonna say to the devil.
Tempest is going to walk over very calmly and just smile at the devil and be like, "I'm missing something. It's pink and it's sparkly and it's literally my entire life. I need it back. Do you know where it is?"
Ah, what type of item we looking for?
I'm looking for a phone.
Phone. Oh, right, those things. Sorry, there's very few worlds that have those yet. Don't encounter them a lot. Uh, uh Sending stone phone, or are you from Eberron?
Eberron.
Okay. Pink sparkly phone. I don't see those around a lot. And he opens up a book and he kind of flips through it and goes, and he chants some sort of like spell and he goes, "Ah, I might got an idea, but, but, I'm gonna need something."
what
Look,
did you have in mind?
Well, you see, you gotta have, a give and take. So, I got something interesting that's happening around here. And, not in a good way. So, if y'all would like to take care of that for me, I would be more than happy to tell you where the phone is.
Stop speaking in
Nooks
riddles.
will,
Tell me what I need to know.
Nooks will step up and also offer to help.
Cool. All right, I got a small issue with some aberrant beings. Uh, it's not the most uncommon thing to see around here, but these types are not so nice. I'm dealing with some core spawn. You guys have heard of those?
No.
No.
All right,
No.
little history lesson for y'all. Core spawn are one of the ancient evil's servants. This is an ancient evil from the outer planes, or from the outer realms. Same places where you get, beholders, mind flayers, all that sort of thing. Well, these ones are there to try and weaken the material planes, priming it for kind of an invasion of sorts. Kind of get my drift?
Sure.
All right. Well, I got one that is specifically causing me some problems here in Sigil. So I got a little group of them. Normally, it's not a big deal. I call the gods, they take care of it. Unfortunately, core spawn are a bit weird, and the gods don't really want to deal with it. So, y'all can deal with it.
Fine.
That works with me.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Well, I am so glad to have this all good on my end. Once you got that back, once you've done that, come back to me. Trust me, I'll know if you actually have, and I will tell you where that phone is.
You got any other information? Where they are, what they look like?
Walk around for long enough, you'll notice one of them. Once you do, just follow one of them back to wherever they're at. I don't actually know exactly where they are. I've got a rough idea. They're around-ish. Realize this place ain't exactly great for exact locations. Um, as to what they look like, you're most likely going to see a crawler. They're the ones that tend to be out and about the most. They look like uh, freaky little freaky little bugs with a big tail and big sharp arms. Kinda. You'll
Well,
know it
that's
when you see it.
spot.
Nooks will take this chance to try to start looking for them.
Alright. Well, I will uh, await your fabulous news of your return. Goodbye. At which point
Oh,
he turns to a different customer and starts talking to them.
Can I make an investigation check to try to find them? Or
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
that's what I was
anyone who
thinking.
wants can make an investigation check for that.
12.
24.
17.
Dirty 20.
17.
Alright, after a little bit of searching, you guys actually don't get far from the market when you hear a like frightened yelp from someone as you notice a small creature scurrying past.
That looks very suspicious. Let's go after that creature.
Alrighty. I will need an I will need a perception check from each of you to keep on its trail.
Alright.
Okay.
21.
19.
15.
Alrighty. Zeta?
What was that?
Perception
Perception.
check.
A perception. Uh, 7.
Alrighty. Um, your friend gets a bit lost, and gets separated from you for a second. You are able to find him and grab him back, luckily, because of the high rolls of the rest of you. And you do track this creature. Unfortunately, what you track it to is a weird hole in a wall that is unfortunately guarded by two other similar such creatures as
Am I
it
able to?
scurries into the hole.
Can we
Am I
fight
able
those
to try to
creatures?
persuade them to let me through?
Sure, give me a persuasion check.
That's a 6.
And what do you say?
So I'm just trying to explain the whole situation. I'm like, look, we
So,
need to fight this creature for the devil. Can you let me through?
you're trying to talk to two correspond crawlers about killing another correspond crawler.
Okay, then I don't say that. I say that I have business to do with the creature.
Ah, well, since they do not understand common, and only speak deep speech, that's not gonna work. Roll for initiative.
Oh, great.
Well,
I'm okay with this.
fine.
Tempest is also, oh my god, are you serious? No.
It's
I rolled a
not
decent
natural
number for
20.
once. 18.
17.
So we got an
Wow.
18 to 17.
A non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20, very nice.
I got a 6.
Okay.
A 6 for the persuasion or another 6?
No, that was from everything. All right. Non-natural 20. You get to go first.
Yeah, if I can find where the spell is and I can remember what it does.
That is usually very helpful. Um, you know what? It would be helpful if I sent y'all a picture of it. I've got a picture up for the audience of what they look like, but I should probably also tell y'all what they look like.
Maybe let your players know what they're fighting.
Shh.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on screen.
Oh, wow.
It does not look pretty.
Am I able to attack with my scimitar with green flame blade?
Yes.
And is that a roll to hit or?
Yes, you rolled a hit on that. It's a basic melee attack.
My bad, I'm dumb.
I'm gonna turn. Da-da-da.
That is a 12 to hit.
Alrighty, that barely hits.
For damage, that's 3d. My book cannot fall off the table.
I believe that would be 3d4 plus 1d8 from the green flame blade.
Right.
Don't you love cantrips at level 5?
Well, at least it's better than what we started with.
Alright, how much damage did you do?
That is 15 points of damage.
Alrighty, you hack into that little bugger and you get a good sizable chunk out of him. It is not looking happy.
Wait, does the other flame hit the other creature?
Yes, how much damage?
Oh, that's
I believe it's your
5 points.
Yep. All right. You do burn the other creature.
No.
Both are still alive, but one is badly wounded. Uh, 18.
Kel is going to start whispering a little tune.
God, I hate College of
The
Whispers.
DM's the DM's favorite spell.
Dissonant Whispers.
Yep, Dissonant Whispers, second level spell slot.
Got it.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
1 second. Nope.
Okay. That's a second level spell. It would help if I had the right dice in hand. 7 is that is 19 damage.
All right.
Plus it, since it failed the wisdom saving throw, it must.
Really doesn't matter what it must do. The one that already has a chunk taken out of it
Ah,
grabs its head with its claws and just starts ripping, and it dies.
Oh, great.
ah. Oh well.
Uh,
The degree effect of the spell doesn't really matter then.
Plus, I have that secondary effect memorized at this
Ah,
point. You really
favorite spell.
don't need to remind me. Alrighty.
Hmm.
17.
Well, that's me. So, Muradin will go in for a melee attack with the Shocking Grasp cantrip. Rolled a hit +8 because proficient and using intelligence.
Alrighty.
That's 25.
Got it.
And 2d8 for damage because level 5. And if it survives, it can't take any reactions until the start of its next turn.
Yep. Shocking Grasp was a favorite spell of one of my characters. I also have that one memorized.
Ha. That's 11.
Alrighty. It is not looking great. But it is still alive, even though it has been through minor shock therapy.
Ha.
Alright, so it's just. Oh, Jesus! Your CR1, you should not be making 4 attacks. It's going to lay into the thing that shocked it.
Okay, but remember I'm armor class 18.
1 hit. 2 miss, and 3 miss. Did get its bite in, surprisingly. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you real quick while I get damage?
Okay. That's 16.
Alright, you pass, and take 5 points of damage.
That's acceptable.
It bites into you. You feel a wave of fear wash over you that you're able to steel yourself against fairly quickly.
Excellent.
See, my monsters get to use fear tactics too.
Huh.
Alrighty, 6.
Yeah. So, Tempest is pissed. She's just gonna cast Arms of Hadar as a first level spell.
It's
And-
one crawler! Jesus!
She's angry. Let her have this.
Okay, but what if it attacks the rest of the party?
It's not going to.
Well, wasn't there something in the first session where you had to take an attack of opportunity on yourself to prevent friendly fire?
I did, but now that I have meta magic, I don't have to do that. So, first of all,
Oh.
is there anyone friendly fire who's within 10 feet of me if I move up to attack this thing?
Yeah, Grimgor.
Okay. Fine, I use one sorcerer's point to cast Careful spell, and I make sure it doesn't hit him. To saving throw of 15. Strength.
Alrighty. Failed.
Nice.
Spawn crawlers, or yeah, core spawn crawlers are surprisingly not strong.
Wow, my dice hate me. That is 2 points.
Ouch!
2
So,
points of necrotic damage.
surprisingly enough to kill it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
But wow, this is like someone flicking you and you dying from just all the other attacks you've taken. It's really more of a death out of exhaustion than anything, but you count it.
Yeah, I did quite a number on it with Shocking Grasp. And the knock-on effect from Mento's, or rather Nooks's green fire.
Alrighty. Um, so do you go through the hole?
Yes.
I do.
Alright, it is small size, so all of you will need to squeeze through one at a time.
Well, Muradin is a dwarf, so I guess he can go first.
Alright? You still have to squeeze through. Dwarves are medium sized.
Oh well.
So, you're squeezing through. It's a long tunnel. Um, any of you with claustrophobia, like, are not having a great day, to say the least? Until you finally open up into a slightly bigger cavern. Not much, but slightly bigger. Enough that you can kind of stand up straight.
ah.
Hmm.
Do any of you, do any of your characters have claustrophobia? That is a question I should ask.
No.
No.
I don't think Kel does.
Darn.
Ha.
I'm
Um,
tempted to say yes for Nooks, but
At
nah,
this
Nooks
time,
had to go through that already.
ha.
yeah.
Okay, at this time, Muradin will use his magical tinkering feat to imbue a small rock with 5-foot radius light. You know, if it's a dark place, we'll want to be able to see at least.
Alright. You continue to walk through this dark and cramped cavern, most of you having to stoop over just to walk, until finally you exit out into what is definitely not Sigil. Like, definitely not Sigil.
Okay.
Do we have to
It's.
take wit saving throws not to lose our sanity points?
Hey, hey, hey.
Don't give them ideas.
I'm not that mean.
Exactly. Don't give the damn idea.
In front of you is a swirling, terrifying, Lovecraftian plane on which you stand on a fairly large rock that's hurtling through this place.
Nice.
Hmm.
Ah.
And unfortunately for all of you, at the end of your tunnel, as you step out into this hurtling rock, is a weird creature that chitters at you in defiance. It's not really saying anything, but more like hissing and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Chat has already seen a picture of it, but I promise I will send a picture for y'all. A correspond emissary. You see your correspond crawler that you were chasing continuing to run across this kind of hurtling asteroid and around its bend, but you're much more focused on the flying thing in front of you. Roll for initiative.
This is a
Wonderful.
very fighty episode.
Look, I'm allowed to do fighty episodes every once in a while.
Oh,
Natural.
that's a 20.
A 9.
5.
Love how we had two natural 20s and then a 9 and a 5.
I got a nat 1, so but plus my initiative, so
Well, then
Alrighty.
you're going last.
We're gonna say everything first.
Oh, I was gonna let Jack go first because I'm a sorcerer and I need time to plan.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
that's
Jack go first.
well. This is an unexpected turn of events. In he goes again for a shocking grasp.
All right.
That's 16. Does it hit? Miss?
Yes, it hits barely.
Whew. Okay. And 2d8 to damage.
All right.
10.
Cool. All right. It takes its 10 damage and hisses at you, um, giving out a uh everything.
Okay, I'm going to cast Chill Touch. I believe it's within 120 feet of me.
Oh, yeah, it's right in front of us.
Great. So I'm gonna roll to hit. Not great. That's a 14 to hit.
All right. You do miss.
So it's AC 15, 16.
Probably.
Yes. Alrighty. Now the emissary gets to go. Jack, did
Yeah.
you step next to it or no?
Well, it is a touch range spell,
Cool.
so.
That's what I figured. All right. So it's gonna slash at you twice with its talons. First, one miss, and that hits.
Oh no.
That's what we call a
That better
natural
not be a
20.
natural
Oh
20.
no!
Oh no.
Not the critical hit.
Uh, So 27 points of slashing damage as it just cuts across your front, just slicing through your armor.
Ouch. Down to 28 hit points.
And then everything within 15 feet, so basically just your fighter, I need it to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's just me then.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, random question. How far away is this creature from us?
It's about 30 feet from all of you except for uh, Ironhammer, who is right in front of it.
Okay. Alright, I'm just looking at spells.
That's 16.
All right, you do succeed. And you see a toxic cloud of crystalline spores emerge from the emissary. Unlike that green toxic look you're used to, or that look that you're used to from a puff of spores, this is shimmering, almost multicolored as it shimmers through the air. Breathing it in is like breathing in glass.
Ugh. So I survived that, though.
Yes, you were able to out-constitution it.
I'll
Uh,
take that.
but the cloud is hanging in the air. All right.
It all sounds very unpleasant.
Yes. I believe our natural one was surprisingly next.
No, I rolled
No, Zeta
a
was
9.
Got it. Zeta.
Yep. Kel is going to raise his crossbow and try to shoot at the emissary's wings.
All right. Roll to hit.
It rolled off the table. 1 second. Other dice. 11 plus 16.
That does hit.
Hmm.
Okay. That is 4 damage.
You clip one of its wings and barely cause it to falter a bit when it's flying.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
you didn't do too much.
Oh well.
Some
Alrighty.
damage.
It was worth a try.
Warlock?
Using my new special Staff of Frost, I'm going to cast Ice Storm.
Very wonderful.
Which...
Did you look up the spell beforehand?
I do have it pulled up. Yes.
I'm very concerned that might damage all of us as well.
No, it's only 20 feet.
Only.
Ah, so you're just hitting, Iron Hammer.
Yeah, I have...
I didn't see that range, I'm sorry.
You know what? This is the fireball theory. As long as the enemy's dead, you can always revive your party members later.
True! That was a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Well,
Wait, no,
plus
isn't
my
that
7.
isn't that is that a roll to hit or is that a save? What spell are we
Oh no,
talking
that is
about?
a save. My bad.
What
a
spell?
sin.
That is a doesn't a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, how much do I have to roll to save?
Well, no, each creature in the cone automatically takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, but what's the save for?
Yeah.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
And no, it's 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save.
Okay. First,
Oh, my
War is going to cast. Let's see, where is it? Do I have that spell?
By the way, the emissary failed, so roll damage.
Right, that is. I'm on the actual table. He said he failed?
Mm-hmm.
That's 31 points of damage.
Alright.
Oh my god, that's more than my remaining health.
But you didn't tell me if you passed your save yet, so.
Yeah.
I mean, plus we can always revive you.
There are always healing spells.
That is true.
Wonderful. Okay. That's 17.
I don't know if it passes or fails.
What is your DC?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 15.
Then it passes, so he takes half that.
Oh, okay.
So you take 16 points of damage.
16. Down to 12, and let me check here.
Alrighty.
Well, guess who's going to be spending his next turn healing up people?
Alrighty, so that takes us back to the top of the initiative order. So, Jack?
I would like to take this moment to thank Nooks for knocking me down a peg.
No problem. Yes, I know that was sarcastic.
Okay. Erden is going to get clear and attack it with his lightning launchers. Twice.
Okay.
Okay, that's 24 and 23. Very good.
Both hit.
And since this weapon lets me zap it for an extra plus 1d6, gonna do that. Plus 10, 5 each from my intelligence.
Cool.
5, 2, 4. So that's 11 plus 10 is 21.
Cool. You zap it twice. It looks like it's been thoroughly tasered. Again, I don't know what's with this group and the, you know, old-timey shock therapy, but it is very much pissed off. Alrighty. I believe that is our sorcerer next.
Yes. Well, I'm about to piss it off some more. I cast Mind Sliver, and that is an intelligence saving throw DC 15.
Nice.
Nice.
Alrighty. DC 15. For once, its magic resistance comes into effect properly, and yeah, it succeeds.
Mm.
Oh.
Okay, that's 4 psychic damage, so having minus
Okay,
2
so it
points
takes
of
the
psychic
2
damage,
psychic. Oh, wait,
and
no, it's immune to psychic damage.
oh my god, are you
Oh.
serious?
Most aberrations you will find are.
It's a good thing that was a cantrip. Ugh, okay.
You're just flinging stuff at this thing and not landing.
Can I use 2 of my sorcerer points to do quicken spell?
Always.
Cool, so I do that, and I cast, like the smart person I am, Melf's Minute Meteors.
Okay, we just stepped this up a notch. Alright. What do I need to roll?
Yeah, that one is dexterity, 15.
Alright, I believe it still comes into effect, but he fails anyways.
Cool, so this is 2d6 fire damage. Great. So that's 4 points of fire damage. It explodes against him.
Alright, it gets minorly burnt. It's not happy. I say minorly. 4 points of fire damage is enough to kill a person. Just saying. You just dealt enough damage to kill a
Ah.
person.
This isn't a person.
This isn't a person. No, it is not. If I saw this on the street one day, I would very much, I don't know what my reaction would be. I would either ask it out for dinner or, run. Depends on the mood.
Probably have to throw up in the street because you failed a wisdom save.
I mean, to be fair, my wisdom's like a 2. That's why I would ask it out to dinner. Um, but going back to the fight, we are back to spawn emissary who is going to fly out of the cloud and all of that sort of stuff, and is going to attack our spellcaster with the staff.
Oh.
That's Nux.
It
Yes.
isn't.
Yep, I'm the only one with the staff.
Does a 14 hit?
Uh, if my no, actually, so
Don't
my
forget
save
their-
DC. Wait, what?
What is your AC?
Oh, never mind. I did it based on my save DC. I'm sorry. I have one brain cell running around today. Again, no, because my AC is a 15.
Okay.
Just barely.
So its
Oh,
talons
no.
miss you, but I need you and anyone within 20 feet of you to make me a DC 14 Constitution save.
So that's Zeta.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Constitution.
That is an 18.
I also got an 18.
Alrighty. So you both succeed. You hear. Oh wait. That would also be our warlock.
I said an 18.
No, I'm just saying our warlock's also within that 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yes, they said.
I'm the
They say.
Oh.
You
Alright.
mean
So,
sorcerer?
yes, I forgot which one of you was. To be fair, okay, our sorcerer is is aberrant mind, so they're not
To
exactly
be
a
fair,
normal
they're literal
sorcerer.
twins.
Shush. So yeah, sorcerer, could you roll that as well?
Oh yeah, sure. What was the save?
Con.
Okay. This may be bad.
Not
It
a great
is.
con.
That's an 8.
Ouch. Yeah. So the two of you hear this alluring thrum of the wings all of a sudden let off an interesting, almost melody, as this chittering kind of matches it. And the two of you are fine, but your friend there is like mesmerized by it.
Oh no.
Um, Back to our bard.
So Kel is going to rush over to Jack to cast a second level Cure Wounds.
All
Uh,
right.
Wonderful.
DM,
do-
I have a question.
Yep.
Was that a charm effect?
Yes.
I have advantage because I'm an elf.
That's 16 healing.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. So 16 healing to you. Feel free to re-roll.
24 was the actual Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So never mind. You are good.
Cool.
I forget that elves get that charm resistance.
Me too.
It comes up
Well, at
so
least we don't
rarely.
have to fight you.
Alrighty. That then brings us to our sorcerer.
You mean Warlock?
Warlock.
And
Yes,
as
I'm
Cloud of Daggers.
alrighty. I believe that is a dex save.
It didn't say for some reason it. Hang on, let me get back to Cloud of Daggers.
Always look at your
For
saves.
some reason it says it doesn't say a save. It says you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point with each within range. Your creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time or turns there, but I'm casting it at 3rd level, so I have an additional 2d4.
Oh yeah, that's just one of the ones where like you just take damage. All right.
Yeah.
So 64
64.
damage. Yeah, Cloud of Daggers is a terrifying spell.
Yeah, I used it in
13 points of damage.
I used Cloud of Daggers on a character I played for another group. It is a terrifyingly powerful spell.
You just turn an area into a blender, and that area
Yeah.
can move. Or no, that area cannot move, which is the most terrifying. Which is terrifying.
13 points of damage.
Alrighty. You chop up the correspond emissary. It finally dies.
Heck yeah.
It falls to the ground dead. Its bug-like guts spilling out. Although its anatomy is still a mystery to you. Alrighty. So, you have killed it. The correspond crawler ran around the asteroid.
Guess we follow it.
Yeah, do we have to roll for something to catch it?
No. So as you follow, you see a creature that the correspond is running to. Give me one second. I'm also like, chat has the picture, but you probably all want it as well because you're greedy.
I am looking at the
Oh my
stream
God.
and it looks terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
What? That.
I
So
still have
Really
three
this
dealing with
up.
cosmic horrors.
so this thing is beckoning the correspond crawler to it. And you finally kind of get a look at what the correspond crawler has in its mouth, which is a weird shard.
Ooh.
Are we gonna have to roll for initiative again?
I'm gonna give you guys a free attack on the correspond crawler.
Okay, Burden will open with his. Let's be here. Just check. Got any good spell I can let off?
I still have my minute healers going.
Oh, great.
Okay. Murden will cast Shatter on the core spawn. Well,
Alright.
centered on the core spawn. That is a 10-foot radius sphere centered on it. It and anything in that range must make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it takes EDA thunder damage. If it succeeds, it takes half as much. Also, if anything in the area is made of inorganic material, stone, crystal, metal, it has disadvantage, and any non-magical objects in the area
I know
will
Shatter.
also take damage. Anyway.
It failed its save.
Oh, wonderful. Plus, I was wondering how close or far it was to the mage thing, is it? I don't know
Not
what
within
that
10
is.
feet.
Well, it's fine by me. Three, 7, 5.
So 15
15.
points of damage. Alright, it is heavily damaged, but it drops the crystal as it gets hit.
Nice.
Who else wants to do something?
Um,
Uh,
I I would like to send one of my 5 remaining meteors to no, sorry, 2 of them. One to the crawler and the other to whatever the thing is. Uh
Fair.
so that's a dexterity save of 15 for both of them. And I have 3 left.
Crawler fails. Seer does not.
Okay, so for the first one, the crawler takes 8 points of damage, 8 points of fire damage, and for the second attack, the seer takes 7 halved
Alright.
fire damage.
The crawler is dead, burnt up and kind of cooked within its own shell. The seer
Ooh.
dodges out of the way, gets hit on its cloak, kinda. Takes a little damage. At this point, the seer is making a mad dash for the crystal. Uh,
Kel is also going to make a mad dash for the crystal.
Give me a athletics or acrobatics check.
Let me quickly check which one's higher. An acrobatics check of that is only 11.
Ooh. It seems to be faster than you. Memento, if you want to make a check as well, you could.
I wasn't planning on making a check. I was gonna cast attack with my scimitar with the green flame blade.
You are too far away to try and make an attack against the seer. It's about
Okay.
30 feet to the crystal, and you guys are about midway from each other from the
Then
crystal.
I will do that.
Okay, roll.
That is a 5.
You are much slower. So the seer grabs it. Kel, you are right next to him. You're not that far behind. Um,
Okay.
what do you want to do?
Two. Kel is going to raise his hand, and a cube of lightning is going to come out as he casts Thunder Wave
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
at a second level spell, a third level spell slot.
You did
Oh
not
my
need to bump it up like that. Okay.
Okay, which would be it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
You know, it has magic resistance, which is helpful when it doesn't roll a 5 and a 2.
It's that is and then 2 more for additional spell slot levels. That is 16 thunder damage.
All right. And it knocks it away, right?
Yep, 10 feet away.
Cool. It takes the damage. It doesn't seem to be too phased by the damage, but it gets knocked away from the crystal right before it can grab it, giving you enough time to pick it up.
Nice.
The crystal is a Far Realm shard, which looks like this. Yes, I will send a picture to the chat. I'm nice. Sometimes. That's the wrong picture. That's also the wrong picture. I need to label these pictures. There we go.
Ooh. Ooh, it's
Far Realm
pretty.
shard. Cthulhu-esque. Lovely. Probably my favorite design out of all of the shards.
It is unique.
By the way, that shard moves. It is not stationary. Those like jagged edges will like move and go in and out.
It's very unique.
Yeah, think of a fractal moving is what this looks like.
I see.
Does Kel have enough time to run back to the group?
I mean, you always have enough time to run.
Yeah.
Running is always an option. Since when have I ever said it's not?
I just wasn't sure if we were in proper combat now or not.
Buddy, we're in proper combat when the thing isn't a CR-13 creature.
Okay.
You guys all get the feeling you need to get out of here.
Kel grabs the crystal and runs.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I think we all run.
Cool. I need a wisdom saving throw from Kel as you all are bolting towards the tunnel.
Can one of us give him advantage?
Please
Sure.
give me advantage.
I
Sure.
think you can inspire yourself.
Bardic inspiration. That's what I asked.
You
Desperately
advantage did not
strumming on
help.
the lute, just like, don't die, don't die. I wish to not. I wish to not
I
die.
give myself advantage. No, I give myself inspiration, which
Okay.
It
is
is going to give you
20.
advantage.
The advantage did not
As
help.
well.
The inspiration does not help either. The inspiration was. I have rolled a 10.
Oh, you poor
With,
thing.
that's with advantage and inspiration.
I need more d10s.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no!
Not this again!
You take 20 points of psychic damage.
Uh-huh.
Are you still alive?
I'm still alive, but I have a
Good,
feeling there's
good.
going to be more.
Good. There is. I just need to make sure you were still alive first. And then I need to roll a d6 to see what condition you get. We're gonna have to roll this at the start of each turn.
oh my god.
You're frightened. Well, that's not a big change.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a big change. We'll see what happens next turn. I need a either acrobatics or athletics check from all of y'all to just get the hell out of here.
That's a 12.
12,
15.
8, 15,
15.
15. Wow, you all suck at running away. You all really suck at running away. You guys are not necessarily outpacing him, but the spell did kind of slow him down for a second. Unfortunately, he's not casting another one, so. Oh, and then. Ah, lovely. You're blind.
Me or
Yes,
All
you.
of us?
Merlin will grab his arm, hand, whatever, so he can stay on course.
Tempest will grab the
point-
shard from his hand.
At this point, Kel is utterly just terrified. He's baffled,
Kel, what?
confused.
Kel was frightened, now he's blind.
He's...
This is just a very confusing day for Kel.
Kel has been through a lot, but this is...
You guys get to the tunnel entrance. I need to know who's going in what order, and then I need athletics checks at this point to get through.
Dare I say, Kel does not think this is worth Tempest's phone.
Tempest will never admit this, but she still thinks it's worth it. I have I have the shard. I'm going to suggest that I go first. Are there any objections?
No.
Okay. You said acrobatics and or athletics.
Nope, athletics, because you're in the tight tunnel at this point.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And you guys can only go as fast as she can.
Dirty 20.
Oh my god. You lucky, lucky,
I used
lucky.
the good dice this time.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll follow next because I just rolled an 18 for athletics.
Nice.
I mean a 19. My bad. I forgot to add my athletics mod.
Nice.
Are we doing another one?
Athletics.
All right. So actually, you're good. I was only gonna have one of you roll, which was the person in front.
Good.
Okay, let's go.
So I just
For
rolled.
the sake of I'm not going to say what I just rolled there since it doesn't matter.
Let's just go.
So you all shimmy as best you can through this tunnel. You barely have room to move your arms, so you're kind of doing a shimmy motion, and you surprisingly do it very quickly. The alien-like creature is faster than you, but luckily you get out of the tunnel first, purely based on how much room you had of, a gap between him and you before.
Can we
DM.
seal the tunnel up with a spell to stop him coming after us?
I was just about to ask if I could cast
That
Shatter.
would be a good suggestion.
Sure, but I need a wisdom save first as you
Okay.
exit the tunnel.
Yes.
All
Am
of
I
us?
still
All of us?
blind?
Yes, all of you. You are now. You're stunned.
Wisdom.
That's a 9.
Oh,
18.
natural 20.
That is a 9.
18.
Natural 20.
All right. So none of y'all are frightened, surprisingly. The one who's stunned doesn't really get to make a say in this. As you see a
I rolled
lady
a 9?
in front of you. Oh, you rolled a 9?
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, no, you are frightened. I thought you said a 19.
No, a 9.
Yeah, no, you're frightened.
Because my
You see a lady in front of you with daggers and swords coming out of her face and head, leaving just the area of the front of her face visible, and other such daggers and weaponry spiking out from their shoulders and other parts of their bodies. They are also
I'm
about
still blind.
they are also about 9 feet tall. You are no longer blind, you are now stunned. There is a difference.
Ah.
Is
I
this
was just
the woman
wondering if
Dave?
I was
Is
just
this the
wondering if
lady
these were
in green?
stacking or switching out.
You are guessing that yes, this is the Lady of Pain. And
Ah,
you all are notably, even if you've passed the frighten check, this is definitely someone you know not to fuck with. As she looks at the cave, at the tunnel opening, watches the alien enter from it, holds out her hand, and rips the alien apart through sheer force of will. At which point she closes the tunnel, turns around, and leaves.
I
Hell
don't
wants to
think we
go
should all
home.
let her.
Don't mess with the Lady of Pain or her domain.
Cal wants to go home.
There's a reason why this place is neutral. Because no one can take it. Not for lack of trying. So yes, the Lady of Pain disintegrates your enemy, um, and closes the portal because the Lady of Pain doesn't like Eldritch Abominations coming into her plane without her consent. She does give you a nod before she leaves, though whether that's in respect of what you did or in I'm not going to kill you, you're not entirely sure.
Tempest nods back, brushes herself off, and just starts heading towards the devil. She's completely done with this day.
That's fair.
I think we all are.
Alrighty.
Kel is just standing there.
So the devil looks at you and goes, "Ah, so y'all were able to, kill a few of them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see
want
you.
to talk
I,
about what happened.
I see that you got out before the Lady of Pain closed the tunnel. I'm glad.
Would have liked a heads up about that, but whatever.
I prefer not to give a heads up about anything the Lady of Pain is going to do.
Do you have my phone?
Your phone. Yes, yes. I was given it. Here you go." And he hands you your phone.
I want to make an investigation check immediately. I just need to see if anything's like wrong with it or missing or different.
Roll investigation.
Not the greatest. My investigation is +1. That's a 12.
Someone's
Ooh.
entered it, but you're not sure what they were looking for. So someone's gone through the lock screen, opened it, and has looked through your phone, but you're not sure what they were looking for, or if they found it.
Okay.
Well, you have your phone back. I have my business taken care of.
Yes, we'll give you the shard.
No. He didn't say anything about the shard. Do not mention the shard. We're keeping that shard.
What shard?
No shard. Goodbye.
Oh, this thing. Muradin shows it to him.
You
I'm
didn't
the
have
one who
it.
has it.
It's
Yeah.
more trouble than it's worth. We should divest ourselves of it.
Or we could give it to Dave for extra credit or something. He seems cool.
Exactly.
I think we should give it to Dave.
Majority vote rules.
Majority vote. 3 against 1. We're giving it to Dave.
Yeah.
Muradin
Dave
rolls his
deserves
eyes and
it.
says,
Dave
"Fine,
does.
just let me go to the nearest tavern. And never forget, Miss Tempest, we went through everything that we went through today because of you and your phone. I will remember this." And then he just leaves.
As he walks away, she's just like, "That's not very house of kindness of you."
I mean,
Kel,
He's just totally done with everything here.
Kel, who has still never held a phone in his life because poor Lord Sharn Boyle, just walks up to Tempest and just asks, "What could possibly be on that thing that was worth that?"
Tempest turns to him, puts a hand on his shoulder, and just goes, "You'll understand when you're older," and then walks away.
they are literally the exact same age to the
To the
day.
day.
They have the same birthday.
She knows.
Oh my god.
I told you guys she was a bitch.
Yeah, you said that.
Alrighty, so, eventually, the group kind of comes back together again, and Draco and Bear, who were non-surprisingly hanging out through all of this, look at you and go, and Draco just goes, "What the fuck happened to y'all?"
Kel,
We
who is
went to what
Kel,
can
who is
only be described as an insect hole, but multiple creepy-looking bugs. I came to within an inch of my life, no thanks to some people. He kind of looks askance at Nooks, and we nearly got ourselves killed by an evil insectoid mage that was well out of our league, and just walked away from an encounter with the Lady of Pain herself, Also, that one of us could get back a pretty easily replaceable object. Hmm.
I got my
Kel, who
phone
is
back.
Kel, who is currently at two hit points, just says, "I don't want to talk about it."
Oh yeah, you are currently blind.
Yay!
Is this going to go on all day?
Yeah,
Yes.
that lasts for 24 hours.
Oh no.
Am I still
Hopefully,
or-
none of those are damaging spells, damaging effects.
No, it's either blinded, frightened, or stunned. It's your
Okay.
yeah,
three
am I still
options.
frightened?
What?
Am I still frightened?
No, you're good.
Okay.
But yeah, so, Draco looks at you and goes, huh, sounds like an interesting day.
Kel,
and
who's
he
currently
and he goes,
who is current
I bought some
Kel, who
books.
Kel, who is currently blind, turns to where he hears Draco from and just said, "When did you get here?"
I'm sorry, are you blind?
I don't want to talk about it.
He grabbed something he shouldn't have.
Okay. Do you need help finding Dave?
Yes.
Draco just kind of grabs his arm and just kind of leads him towards Dave. Dave looks at the rest of y'all as y'all are kind of the last ones to, form up with the group and goes, ah, well, I'm very glad to hear that you are all safe and sound.
I'm
Say,
not.
I don't feel very sound.
Can Nooks go up and grab this shard from Tempest and present it to Dave?
Hey.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're about to fight Tempest for extra credit. Uh, make
I
an
love you,
athletics
sibling.
check.
I will fight you.
Make an athletics check, I guess, to try and grab it.
Do I make a contesting one?
Yeah.
You said athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. $16.
Peyton?
8.
Yeah,
8?
no, you do not grab it from her.
Oh, it was.
Sibling rivalry. You all heard it here first.
Alrighty, so
We've
after
had sibling rivalry since the very first session.
so
Since we
after
were
a
born.
brief struggle, Tempest introduces the shard to Dave. Dave looks at the shard and goes, "Oh, I'm surprised one of these is around here. Lady of Pain doesn't really tolerate a lot of abyssal presence. I'd fill out a lot of paperwork to be allowed to come and go. Oh,
You don't know what we had to go through to get this stupid hunk of crystal.
I
well,
can't see.
ah, that is a problem. Is this a permanent effect? I don't remember you being blind when you came into the class.
It happened because he grabbed the crystal. Something there evidently didn't like him picking it up.
Oh no, this is spawn magic. It'll wear off. Nothing to do with the crystal. Keep the crystal. They're very helpful for eldritch spell casting. Um, if any of you are more inclined to the Outer Realms style of spell casting.
What does that entail?
It entails speaking a lot of things that you won't be able to understand what you're saying, and tentacles and eyes.
Hmm.
Lots of tentacles and eyes. You're an aberrant mind sorcerer. This is literally your style of spell casting.
I thought so. Okay, I'm gonna take it.
Okay, cool. It's a Far Realm shard. You can look it up.
Sweet.
It every time you use sorcery points on a spell, you get to do some extra stuff. It's pretty cool.
Ooh.
So, speaking of fun times with spells and aberrant minds and all that sort of thing,
As it
Dave
tends to.
Dave looks at you and goes, well, I'm going to help you back to the classroom, um, and then I will write you a nurse's office note to allow you to skip the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Be most grateful for that.
At which point, Kel gets picked up, um, psychically,
Hmm.
um, and it's just kind of floating like the aboleth, along to school. By the way, Kel, you are now, frightened. Fun.
Do we get a short rest on the way back to the school?
You'll get a long rest once you get back.
But while he's picked up and being floated along, he is just screaming.
Yeah. And when you get back to the classroom, you are, stunned.
He stopped screaming.
This is a very stressful day for your friend Kel.
Poor Kel.
This is up there as one of the worst experiences of his life.
So you have to deal with that for 24 hours. You do not get a long rest.
Oh no.
I mean you do, but not that night.
Just like in real life.
Out of character, I feel so bad.
Every once in a while, I mean, none of y'all get a long rest that night either. Every once in a while, he just starts screaming.
Do I get a short rest?
Yeah, y'all get a short rest, but it takes you
Do
a
I
full.
get a short rest?
Yeah, well, no, you don't.
Because I'm a warlock.
Eventually,
And
you all
warlocks
get a long rest, but it takes a couple nights. It takes for the 24 hours to wear off for you to be able to get any sort of sleep.
Just to prevent any further weird thefts of our stuff, Burden proposes we all put our stuff in a spare room, and he'll use the alarm spell on it, just so he and arcane lock, so that if anyone tries to get in, he'll know about it.
There isn't a spare room.
Well, our room then, a closet if we need one.
There is a joint closet in the main room, so
Yeah.
you're able to use that.
The only thing that Kel is going to put in there is his spoon.
Saves him on being pinched from by the rest of the House of Loot.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, a few more days pass by. Kel,
Yes.
you get a letter.
Oh, do I?
Yes, from the mob.
Oh no.
It's a warning letter.
Oh no.
I'm gonna read it in your friend's voice. Some person's knocking around here trying to find out some stuff about you. Not sure exactly what. I'd keep an eye out if I were you. Something strange's going on. And, just so you know, if this gets tracked back to us and we get caused any trouble, we'll cause you trouble. Got it? Capiche?
Kel's immediate thought is, why would someone want to know about him of all people? So he's just like the dirty work guy.
Hmm.
Alright. How are we standing on time? Okay. So I'm gonna give everyone a quick 10-minute break. We will be back at 2:40 my time. And
Yeah.
then we will get into the next part of the game.
Yay.
All right.
Hello everyone, we are back.
Hello.
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 I can put away my correspond book now. Don't need that anymore. All right. So a few weeks have passed. Everything is a lot calmer. There's a lot less screaming. Other than Cal, can you give me a wisdom save?
Is this to determine if I'm traumatized or not?
Yes.
Can
So
we
I
give
think I'm
him
gonna be.
advantage on this?
Yeah.
It's 14, but I think Cal's gonna be traumatized either way.
Yeah, no, Kel gets nightmares every once in a while, so y'all do get woken up by screaming every once in a while. Um, but it's better than it was. Kel is also probably seeing the school therapist, which is the angel statue.
In the House of Kindness?
Yeah, she acts as a
Yep.
school therapist sometimes.
Well, that's very nice.
So yes, so
During this time, he's probably researched more into what a phone is and has definitely decided it was not worth it.
I guess there's less screaming, but more live streaming.
uh, so yes, so the week has passed, or a week or two has passed, and Tempest, no, Nooks, yes, Nooks,
What?
you hear a very, you know what? I'm not even gonna. Just little warning. I'm about to kind of get into a heated yell. Um, not like argumentative, but just ah, coming from the knowledge library.
Can I go check it out?
Sure. The swearing continues. Eventually you come around the corner to a very, very pissed off Draco.
I'm gonna come up to him and be like, "Hey, you okay?"
No, no, I'm not okay. This is Gah!
What's up?
I've been looking for a book for a while, and it's not here. I was told every book in the universe was here, but no, this book's not here.
Am I able to make an investigation check to help him look?
Sure. You'll first need to know what the book is.
Well, what is the book then?
It's a very, very old book on necromancy, specifically non-humanoid necromancy.
And that investigation check was a 17.
You don't find it.
Alright.
The
Would
only
they have done this if it was a natural 20?
no.
Oh well.
Um. So he says, "Fuck. All right. I got some research to do." And he starts to just walk out of the library dejected.
I will wave him by, and then Nooks will just kind of pick up a book and casually go through it.
Cool.
Just for
I just need to roll something. All right. It's his book. You have picked up his book.
can I just secretly just kind of grab it and just like keep it, like just to hold on to it, or try to get a Tempest?
Roll me a stealth check.
That's a 5.
You do not get past the beholder.
Hmm.
Your house mascot looks at you and goes, "What are you doing, child?"
Nothing. Just one of my friends wanted to see this book.
And does that friend have permission?
No, I'm sorry.
Yes, those books are not to leave the library. You know the rules.
Nooks nods and puts the book away.
All right. Cool. A later that afternoon, after classes, you hear the same cursing and screaming and all around just very much done with the world from Draco in your main living room. This is all of
Murden,
you.
Murden walks up to him and says, "What exactly is your problem? You're disturbing my work time."
I've got a very
Kel
important book
is
that I am
Kel's a
trying to
bit more
find.
concerned.
I've got a very important book that I am trying to find, and I can't find it.
Well, could you grouse about it somewhere else? I'm in the middle of adjusting my armor.
Kel offers to help him.
Sure. He
And
he
I able?
puts a
Sorry.
pile of books in front of you and goes, "Look through those ones. I haven't gotten to them yet. I'm just looking for a necromancy book on inhuman necromancy."
Am I able to
Uh,
talk to the beholder, the school mascot, and try to find it that way?
Yeah, you can try.
All
Kel's going
right.
to look through that pile of books.
All right. Investigation check for Kel.
Tempest is just in the corner laughing.
21.
Oh,
You
wow.
you find reference to it.
It's is this the one you're looking for?
Yes, yes. And he grabs the book out of your hand and goes,
Hmm.
"Oh my God, finally! Fuck!
What,
A fucking
what was it you what was it you need this one for?
project I've been working on."
Come on, I'd just help you find it. I think you can spill a bit more detail than that.
I'm working on a necromancy project. Don't worry. Um, shouldn't involve you. It's just for it's a special assignment from the principal. Um, uh,
What, are you building a flesh golem or something?
no, trying to resurrect something much bigger. Well, not resurrect. That would be the wrong term. Um, fuck. Uh,
Reanimation then?
that's much closer. Would any of you want to help me kill some undead?
Yeah. Murden says, "Fine. I suppose it should prove interesting enough."
Nooks will excitedly raise their hand.
Kel also raises his hand, but is a bit more hesitant.
Tempest looks at him and is just like, "Help you? No, I don't want to do that. But fight some undead. Yeah, always down for that."
Will Bear
Thanks.
be joining us?
Will Bear be joining us? Good question.
Of course, Bear's joining. It's Draco. Bear loves Draco.
Oh,
Um, at which point Draco goes, "All right. Now I just need to find where these undead are." But
gosh.
I have the name of the last owner of it now, so this will take considerably less time.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna be going and researching. Just get ready to fight. I'm not sure what it'll be at this point. I'm gonna guess a specter, ghost. Prepare for something non-touchy ability.
Non-touchy ability?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Pass your hand through. I don't remember the word. I've had like
Transparent?
Tangible.
that. I haven't had a lot of sleep.
Transparent also works.
Also, by the way, thank you, Vanabeans, for following.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you.
transparent means you just see through them.
Transparent, see through. I don't. intangible, whatever you want to call it, just prepare for something like that. I need to go do some more research on it as to where this thing will be.
Okay. Muradin will go into the House of Kindness and spend time in there, meditate a little, talk to everyone. If Bear's there, he'll talk with him a little. You know.
All right. Um, anyone else doing anything to prepare?
Nooks will actually go into the Universal Library in their house and read on Undead
All
if
right.
they can.
Um, there are a lot of types, but looking specifically at like ghosts and specters and wraiths and that sort of thing, um, you do find a uh, fairly large library on it. Um, you don't learn too much about like how to kill them, but you do learn where they come from.
Nice.
It's a case by case basis. Most of it comes down to person was either pissed off in life or pissed someone off in life, and now they're here. I just
Hmm.
summarized all of Undead in like a sentence.
Ha.
Um, Tempest is going to try and see if she can talk to Raxathoth to see if he has any knowledge of like weaknesses of undead, and if not, just like go to the gift shop and I don't know, buy some non-touchy stuff.
Right, so that's the. Oh,
My
right. Now, yep. Wait, what?
my ancestor, the
Yeah.
one that I
Nope.
Yeah,
I,
because
I just remembered.
I
So
think.
you go into kind of your ancestral realm-ish. That's the best term for it. During a meditative state, and Raxathoth, with his many arms and many eyes and far, far too many mouths, looks at you and goes, "Ah, what do you need?"
Hi Raxathoth. Um, I think I'm going to be fighting some undead creatures soon, and I need to know if they have any weaknesses.
Hmm. Undead. Do you know what type we are looking at?
Uh, I don't really listen to the person who like was telling me about it, but the most I heard was like specters.
Alright, specters, specters. And he's flipping through a few books, just kind of looking through. Well, I think the general thing you'll want to, you'll generally be fine. Magic tends to harm specters fine, at least in my experience. Uh, most undead have enough brain power to be affected by psychic energy, so most of your spells should be fine. Besides that, if you're dealing with specters, watch out for wraiths. Just don't let anything die around it, or more specters will appear. Or
Good,
anyone.
good to know. Uh, one more thing. I've noticed something weird happening with my sibling. It's like a dark veiny kind of thing. I know it's happening because of their patron, but I don't know what it is. You have a lot of knowledge.
Well, my knowledge is mostly focused on aberrations in the far realms, but uh, what's their patron?
I would know the answer to this, but I currently don't know the answer to this, so I'm
All
just
you know is it's their blade.
great
Uh,
gonna answer that.
anything special about their blade?
Uh, it it gets it get it she can make they can make it catch on fire sometimes. It's
Uh,
green fire.
well, that's a spell, darling. Green Flame Blade.
Okay,
Um,
well,
not uncommon amongst warlocks. Or I've seen a few fighters use it. Um, well, if they're focused on a blade, I'm going to guess that it's a hex blade. Comes from the Shadowfell. You said that these were their veins were turning black.
Yes.
All right, sounds like shadow magic. Um, Give me a little bit of time, dear. Not something I'm super familiar with. Never really encountered much of the Shadowfell in my life. So give me a bit of time. I will check in with a few other ancestors, maybe do a bit of research, and I'll get back to you. Is that all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, dear. Oh, by the way, I heard that you visited the Far Realm from another ancestor,
We did
and you
not
didn't
share
think to
the
talk to me about this?
Well, the thought crossed my mind, but I was a bit distraught.
Of course. I
Oh,
mean,
were you?
the first the first visit to the Far Realm is always a magically traumatic experience. I still remember mine not fondly.
Well, magically traumatic for some of my friends.
Ah, what did you encounter out there?
Uh, I tell him about like everything we went through.
Hmm, correspondent Sigil. Oh, Lady of Pain must have been pissed.
She blasted him to pieces with the force of her will.
Sounds like
It
the
was
Lady of Pain.
incredibly terrible.
Had tea with her once. Not nice lady. Um, would not recommend it. Learn from my mistakes, dear.
Who would have guessed the Lady of Pain is not?
Yes. Um, but yes. Huh. Wonder why the correspondent in Sigil. Uh, Well, if you see anything else of the correspond, just tell me. They can be nasty little buggers, and it's always a good thing to be knowledgeable about whenever they're plotting something. But it sounds like most of them were ripped to shreds, so probably won't be plotting much more at the moment anyways. Alright, well, go on, dear. I will try to contact you when I have some answers on your sister, or your sibling.
Great, great, thank you.
Is there any chance I can talk to my patron for a bit before we go?
Sure, go ahead. What dost thou
Well,
wish?
so we're about to fight undead, and I just want to know what's the best way to go at this.
Your necrotic spells will be mostly worthless, but the blade should suit you fine.
All right.
We
Thank
can
you.
cut through undead just as well as we can cut through the living.
I assume that. Thank you.
Besides that, grab some holy water. Don't spill it on us. And, uh, pack a warm sweater. Necrotic damage can make you a bit chilly. That's about it.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. Is that all for prep?
Except for grabbing the things my patron asked, if I can.
Warm sweater and some holy water, that'll rack you about 50 gold. That's almost entirely for the holy water.
All right.
Are you
And
buying them from the gift shop?
yes.
Alright. The holy water is dyed the color of your house. And the sweater is a university logo sweater. It is surprisingly warm though.
All right.
Alrighty. But yes, so finally Draco gets back to you and goes, wonderful news! I found where the king is.
Where?
The
A little bit of excitement would have been nice, but all right. All I know about them is they're called the Silent King, or at least they were. Um, Last known reports is uh, they became an undead, still roam about their old castle, and uh, funnily enough, are not super far away from Sharn. Uh, Not so funnily enough, that direction is in the Mournlands.
Oh, you mean the nuclear fallout zone?
It's not technically nuclear. More
That's not.
more magical Fallout Zone. The difference is you won't get cancer.
I suppose my family could provide us with the necessary transport to get there.
Yes, unfortunately about that, since you probably aren't familiar with this, Mournlands cannot be traversed by magical means once you're inside, and since most of the transport in Eberron requires some magic to sustain itself, we're going to be on foot once we get to the Wall of Fog.
I find this very annoying, but very well.
Yes,
They can at least guide us to the edge of it.
yes. Well, as long as we avoid the roving bands of um, Warlord Warforged, any of the roaming titans, and any other magical creature that should happen upon us, we'll be fine. I think. Be careful with magic while you're inside. It tends to go whoo sometimes.
Good to know.
What exactly will we do this to help you with?
This is all to get me a book. Very important book. Very, very important book. And I will be very grateful.
For how long?
What do you mean?
I saved you from a very difficult fall, and your gratitude seems to have rather run out afterwards.
I'm sure we can help our friend.
Exactly.
Your friend.
I wouldn't call him my friend.
Hey, why don't we do this the old-fashioned knowledge way? Knowledge house way. I'll exchange with one of you my book, and uh, one of you will exchange your book, and that will be our symbol of trust for the adventure.
Deal.
That works for me.
Yes, all right then.
Um, don't go too far into the past. Trust me. Um, all right.
And be more pointless than going for a phone.
Look, you really will help me. I would prefer, uh, let's go Murden's book.
Fine. I have nothing to hide. All you'll
All right.
find in there is a few squabbles with my parents and a few interesting conversations with my brother over his choice in magazines.
All right. And then uh, anyone but you can read my book. And he points at Tempest.
That's not fair. This is supposed to be a trust exercise.
Yes, well, I don't trust you.
I'd trust you with my book.
I severely doubt that, Meriden says, raising an eyebrow.
No, really, I would. I mean, there's nothing bad in it.
I don't trust you with mine.
Well, this is fascinating, but let's get this over with.
Alrighty. So you go to the library, and he pulls out his book, flips through it, and he goes, all right. Any of you can read it, even you, but you can't go past this page, which is the page where he enters UDA.
Well, that's not very much to
Ooh.
go on. We already know all this stuff after that.
Do we, though?
No, he said that you can't go past that page. You can read everything before.
Sweet.
So nothing of his time in UDA.
I'm extremely suspicious about that, but
That
okay.
is incredibly suspicious.
I'm allowed to have my secrets. So are you. I will not read past your time in UDA either.
Elle is
Works for
probably
me.
gonna skim through the book on the way.
And before he opens your book, he goes, besides your time in UDA, anything else you would like me to not read?
Well, if you could avoid reading about the day I was born. I'm sure that wasn't a very pleasant experience.
I have read that for myself, and luckily, it's only what we, uh, it's very, very undetailed, thankfully.
Then I suppose you can simply read as your heart's content.
Wonderful. At which point he starts poring over, um, the pages.
Murden shrugs and says, All right then, go see my father and mother. I'm sure they'll be happy to provide us a sky bus or some such to get there.
Cool. Who's staying
Yeah.
behind to read his book?
Me.
Kel's going to stay behind to skim for it.
Okay, so who's going with Muradin to get the transportation?
Nooks will, because Nooks had already got a preview of his book from when they picked it up earlier.
Did you read it when you had it earlier?
I said that they skimmed through a book. Or
Oh,
read
right. So you did read through it partially. So you already know some of the information, but very little because you had to skim. All right.
Kel is going to make sure that Tempest keeps the promise and doesn't read past.
He's such a good friend.
You are such a goody two shoes. You are ruining my vibes, but fine.
All right. So, uh, do you want the actual backstory? Do you actually care about his backstory? Is that what?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I want the red page.
Oh, you want the red page.
I want
All
his
right.
backstory. I
You want
want
the
all
red
of his
page.
backstory.
The
I want
red
all of-
page is before his time in UDA.
Tell us the backstory first, and then tell us the red
I'll
page.
tell you when the
Remove
red page comes up.
Great.
All right. So, Draco Shadowheart was originally named just Draco. He did not have a last name for a while. His family actually didn't really have last names. He actually comes from a slave family down in the Clockworks. Now,
Oh.
both fortunately and unfortunately for him, both his mother and father were killed in a accident at the plant, which he attributes to being caused by him because he accidentally pulled the wrong lever at the wrong time. This was when he was about 7. That is the red page. After that, he ran away to the lower Sharn. He took on the name Shadowheart and changed his name slightly. He used to be known as Draco Smith. He is now just Draco. Now, Draco, Shadowheart, after reaching the lower city, took up a life of thievery and working with some small gangs, mostly with drugs. Luckily, he never really got too attached to any of the gangs, so unlike your friend, he is not currently uh, attached to a gang that, holds power over him. Unfortunately for him, this did cause him to have a very rough early life. Unlike your friend, he didn't have a family to fall back upon, nor did he have any true gang that could protect him. He spent most of his life either on the run or fighting for what little he had. Besides that, he also found out about his prophecy very late in life, when he was about 17, only a year before he would come to UDA. He was actually found by the principal. Who told him about his prophecy and set him up for his accommodations at UDA. He also, for the year before school, after he was found by the principal, studied under Rolb,
Mm-hmm.
who taught him some basic necromancy and helped him out. Besides that, you do find out he's actually got 2 levels in Rogue that you didn't know about.
Oh.
Because he learned necromancy very late in life. But he, yeah, that's pretty much the basics of his backstory. You do find an odd thing, though. There are certain parts of his life that he has just ripped out pages.
Hmm.
Oh,
Would I be able to, like, I know they're ripped out, but would I be able to discern whether or not they've been destroyed?
All you know is they've been ripped out. Um,
Mm.
some of them more messily than others.
Okay.
Uh, it, do you bring this up to Draka or do you let it lie?
I'm going to bring it up.
Ella's going to respect Draco's wishes not to remember that.
Tempest is going to bring it up, but in a kind way.
I'm gonna guess you read the red page.
Yes.
I don't know why it's painted red. Don't ask me. Those pages were worse.
So is it just something you blame yourself for, or is it something that you had no control over?
Most of them were. Most of those pages were almost entirely blank, anyways. If you'll notice, my pages aren't. A lot of my pages in my early life have holes in them of writing, which you might not have noticed. Your eyes might have just skimmed over it. Mine did it the first time too. But there's going to be weird blocks of it that just seem like it's missing parts. I can't remember those. I'm going to guess I suppressed those memories. Most of those pages were mostly suppressed, and the little that they did have on them, I didn't want to remember. So I tore them out. Happy?
Little.
Cool. Are you done reading? Because I am.
Yeah, we should go.
Cool. He closes the book, hands it to the beholder, hands his to the beholder, and then goes, Alright. Well, I got my gear packed. How about the rest of you?
Kel's bringing his usual stuff. And he's probably also going to bring along his own book because why not?
You can't leave the library with it.
Ah, okay, then he's just going to bring his normal stuff.
Cool.
Yes, I've prepared us accordingly. My family has provided a rope we can attach ourselves to so we don't lose each other in the fog.
Alrighty. Well, the fog is only the wall. After that, it's actually surprisingly easy to see. Um,
Hmm.
Nooks goes ahead with the stuff that they grabbed with their normal stuff and with the holy water and the sweater.
cool, cool. Alrighty, well, you are all ready. You get a train ride most of the way there, and then the rest will be a sky coach. It will be a pretty short flight, at which point you will be dropped off at the edge of the wall, and you will have to make your way in. But that will be for next session.
No.
No.
I am sorry.
We
We got
should just
started late.
playing forever. No.
No, we cannot play forever as much as I wish we could. But that will be the end of today's session. Thank you all for joining us. I hope that you had a wonderful time. Have a wonderful day. See ya. Bye.